everyone, and welcome to the Daily American Republic's second annual Difference Makers event. My name is Chris Pruitt, and I'm the publisher of the DAR. We're so honored to say that this is our second annual Difference Makers event. Unfortunately, we aren't able to gather at the Holiday Inn conference facility like we did a year ago because of COVID-19. But we really feel like we have put together a good program with this video to be able to highlight the achievements and the accomplishments of all the volunteers in our area. The people we are going to recognize with this video are the type of people that don't want to be recognized. They are the volunteers who would prefer to be behind the scenes and not get recognition. I mean, to be perfectly honest, they're the type of people who are very uncomfortable with this. And as you watch these videos, they will share that with you. The DAR believes it's very important to highlight these type of people in our community because without these people, a lot of things wouldn't get done. The DAR has been a fixture in this community for over 152 years. We enjoy being your hometown news source and helping the community in any way we can. It's programs like this that we really get excited about, that we can highlight good people and good things about our community. We'd like to thank all of our co-sponsors. We'd also especially like to thank our presenting sponsor, St. Francis Medical Center. Our keynote speaker this evening is Byron Beck. He's the pastor of the Fellowship Baptist Church here in Poplar Bluff. He will talk about the importance of volunteerism and what these people do to really help our community. And without these people, a lot of things wouldn't get done. We really think you're going to enjoy his message.
I've always been a pretty big basketball fan, and if you know anything at all about it, you probably would not disagree with me when I say that Earvin Magic Johnson is one of the greatest players to ever play the game. And really, one of the things that set him apart, and this is the theme for tonight, was that he was the kind of player who made everyone around him better. I mean, he was a consummate team player. He just knew how to help his teammates play to the best of their abilities. But having said that, this was not something that just came to him naturally. When Magic Johnson was growing up and playing basketball on the playgrounds of East Lansing, Michigan, he had a coach who said to him, "Look, Earvin, you're taller than everybody, you shoot better than everybody, you play better, you dribble better, so this is what I want you to do. Every time you get the ball, just shoot it. I mean, this is your team. Carry this team on your shoulders." And so as a young 10 or 11-year-old boy, he believed in listening to his coach, and so he did just that. I mean, every time he got the ball, he'd drive to the basket and he would shoot. He would shoot over people, jump over people. And he said, I was scoring, and we won virtually every game. But he said he noticed something. He said that when he would make a spectacular play and score, that nobody wanted to high-five him. I mean, he was kind of looking for somebody to high-five, and nobody would do that. And when the games were over, again, we were winning virtually every game, he noticed that no one was smiling. Nobody was enjoying themselves. So here's this 10 to 11-year-old boy who realized that something was wrong and something needed to change. And this is pretty amazing. What he decided that needed to change was him. He needed to change his style of play. And this is what he figured out. He said, now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to become the kind of player that makes everybody else better. I'm going to learn how to pass better than anybody. I'm going to begin to study the strengths of my teammates and the things that they do well. and I'm going to help them be better at what they do well. I'm going to try to be the kind of player who gets everybody else involved. Okay? So now when he would drive down the lane with a basketball and everybody in the gym thought he was going to shoot the ball and 3 opposing players would converge on him, he said, I'd do one of these little fake out things, and he learned how to do these fancy passes and get the ball off to his teammates. And then his teammates would shoot and they would score. And now he said when we'd run back down the floor, everybody's high-fiving everybody and everybody's smiling and everybody's having fun. And he said it was a totally different feeling. And he said another thing is we still won. We won just as many games as we won when I was the ball hog. Now, Pat Riley was the coach of the Los Angeles Lakers during their Showtime dynasty years in the 1980s. And he said, quote, we won 5 NBA championships in the 1980s because of this lesson learned by a 10 to 11-year-old boy on the streets of East Lansing, Michigan. You see, Irvin Johnson as a boy learned the power of lifting people. He learned the power of an unselfish heart, a heart that's focused on other people and what do they need? What can I give you? How can I enrich you? How can I serve you? How can I make you a better person? How can we together make a difference? You see, it appears intuitive that you would think my life will be better if I always and only think about myself. I mean, you would definitely think it makes sense in our own minds that if you want to achieve the highest levels of happiness, just be selfish. But guess what? That doesn't work. In fact, the opposite is true. There's an old proverb that says, if you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. But if you want happiness for a lifetime, help somebody. Jesus himself said, if you want to be great in God's kingdom, learn to be the servant of all. I like this statement by Winston Churchill. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. Tonight, this difference maker banquet is coming off a little differently than what was originally planned. But it is wonderful that we can still honor the nominees and announce a difference maker for the year, albeit digitally. Congratulations to all of you. God bless you, and thank you for being unselfish servants for our community, the kind who lifts others.
All right, it's the time we've all been waiting for. It's time to meet our 10 finalists. We have put together a video on each of our finalists and also those people who nominated them. The finalists will tell a little bit about what they do to serve the community and a little bit about themselves. We really think you're going to enjoy these videos.
Hi, I'm Dave Elledge. I'm one of the co-pastors here at the Bluff Church in Poplar Bluff. I've been nominated for Difference Makers for Buddy Ball and for Sleep in Heavenly Peace. Buddy Ball is a fantastic community service project that's been going on for about 6 years now. And if you're not familiar with Buddy Ball, it is the baseball league that is for children with mental or physical disabilities, and we just love what we get to do with Buddy Ball. My role in Buddy Ball is one of the members of the board there, and we get to kind of direct what happens in that event each year. And it's just a joy every year to get to see the kids, the excitement on their faces, because many of these kids, this is the one athletic event that they get to participate in every year. So it's just a great joy to get to watch them do that. And so it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing that we're able to do that here in our community. Buddy Ball, like I said, it's been going for about 6 years. My role has just increased over the years in that, and just really enjoy being a part of Buddy Ball every year. Sleep in Heavenly Peace is relatively new. We've been going with that for about a year now. It is a nonprofit community service organization that builds beds for kids who do not have beds of their own. We heard about this as part of being part of Bright Futures a little over a year ago. We started a chapter here in Poplar Bluff last fall, and to date we've built 110 beds so far that have been given out to children who are, like I said, in need of beds, either sleeping on the floor, sleeping on a couch, sleeping multiple kids in a bed. And so it's not only been something that's happening here in Poplar Bluff, but also we've hit our southeast Missouri region with it. And it's just been a great way. And the community support with that has been awesome. We've never lacked for bedding, all that's always been donated. Folks donated for all the lumber and all that kind of stuff. So it's just been a great outpouring of support from our community as we try to keep with the Sleep in Heavenly Peace motto, which is no kid sleeps in our town on the floor. And so we really thank the community so much for being a part of that. And we're just looking forward to continuing to meet that need here in Southeast Missouri.
Hi, my name's Carol Ann Huck, and I nominated Mr. Dave Elledge for one of the difference makers for the DAR. I nominated him because of his involvement in the Buddy Ball program here in Poplar Bluff. It's a volunteer program. He is not doing it by himself, but he's a part of it that I think needs recognized. Buddy Ball itself is a program that provides an opportunity for kids with special needs to be part of a team. And these kids, they get so much pleasure out of being this team member, and the applause from everybody. Nobody loses, everybody wins. And I would just want to thank Mr. Dave for all he does and all he has been, and I appreciate him. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jenny Fears. I was born and raised here in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. I have worked for my family business for 11 years, Larry Hillis Dodge, and I'm the Fixed Operations Director. I have a wonderful family. My husband is Adam. He and I have been married for 5 years, and we have 2 beautiful children, Grayson and Adley. Back in 2020, spring of 2020, when COVID started, a friend of mine and I were sitting at church in the fellowship hall talking about how we could help with relief, help with whatever issues may come about from COVID. And we said, gosh, we'd really love to help because we know people are going to start losing their jobs because things are closing down. And how can we do that? What can we do to help? Because there are going to be needs that need to be met. So what can we do? We met with, we just happened to be sitting there talking and praying, and it was really a beautiful God thing that it came about. As we were praying about it, we just said, God, open a door. Let us know how we can help and what we can do to help. Not 2 minutes later, did Robbie Myers walk by, and Robbie said, things are crazy right now. I said, I know, is there anything that we can do to help? And he said, actually, yes, come see me on Monday morning. I said, okay, sounds good. So it kind of started from there, and we came up with a grassroots initiative called Deliver Hope. It's a community of pastors in the community of Poplar Bluff who came together, and we delivered hope. We delivered hope in 3 main ways. We helped the Meals on Wheels, existing Meals on Wheels program at Northside Nutrition. Tammy Casinger and her team are remarkable, and we just helped them enhance their program. We got them more clients to sign up, and we got them volunteers to help deliver the meals, and then we helped create the second prong of our organization is we helped RSVP with their Building Bonds program. We checked on senior citizens. There are volunteers that continue to do that today. Just check on volunteers and make sure that they're doing well. Check on senior citizens and make sure they're doing well. And then the third prong of it is we did canned food drives, and we collected food and supplements to help people during the interim of not in the uncertainty of what's going to happen during COVID. We were able to supply senior citizens in our community with bags of emergency meals, so that if they did run dry, they had food. It was really incredible to see so many volunteers. The Bread Shed sent volunteers. Jack Woodfin Sunday School class from Fellowship General Baptist, they sent volunteers. We had so many people in the community of Poplar Bluff coming together for one purpose, and that was to help one another and to serve God in this beautiful way of being the hands and feet of Jesus to those who needed it. And it was really beautiful. And to see so many churches of so many denominations come together was an incredible and meaningful thing. It was really beautiful. I am honored to be nominated for this award, and I am humbled by it.
Hi, I'm Jenna Whitworth.
And I'm Matt Whitworth.
And we nominated Jenny Fears because she is such an amazing and caring person that no matter what I text her, what can I do for you, she always responds back with, I'm absolutely great, what can I do for you?
Yeah, she's such a selfless person. She's always thinking about how she can help other people, and it's just amazing the things that she does for our community. Most recently, Give Hope or Deliver Hope is a great charity that they've done for the community during the pandemic when people were closed up. They delivered meals to people who couldn't get out, and it's just such a wonderful thing. She's always doing stuff like that in our community. I remember when I worked for Boys and Girls Club here in town, and we needed somebody to speak to the kids for hygiene. We had one person for the boys and one for the girls, and Jenny was the first person that I thought of because she has such a great connection with kids. She's worked with children's ministry for a long time, and she jumped right at the chance. It was so funny and insightful, and just really was such a great role model for the kids to look up to.
My name is Pat Jakovich, but most people around here know me as Pat J. I've lived here in Poplar Bluff about 30 years. Worked at the VA Medical Center for 30 years. Retired I guess I retired about 11 years ago. You know, Poplar Bluff gets in your blood and it just won't go away. It's like I don't know, it just won't go away. And as, you know, they told me about this reward, I was thinking, well, what is it that has made me get this award? And there's a couple things. Number one, to God be the glory, because without Him, I would not be able to do anything. And then I was thinking about the people in Poplar Bluff who have helped form me. Little things that have happened that, you know, that things that have happened, things that have been given to me that didn't really have to happen. I give you a little example. Years ago, about 25 years ago, my mother passed away and we had to go up to Kansas City. I took my car to Swafford's, and old Carol came up to me and I said, I need you to check my tires, you know, air my tires up and, you know, give us gas, we gotta go. And he came to me and he says, Pat J, I can't let you go on the highway with those tires. And he says, I called Bill and he said, don't worry about it, just take care of it when you get back. Now, how many filling station people would put 4 new tires on your car and let you go to a funeral and be gone a week? Not very many. There was another incident when my mother was still living and she was very, very sick. The air conditioner went out in the middle of the night, and I had a friend, Paul Roberts, who came in the middle of the night to look at my air conditioner and fix it because he knew how sick my mom was. Those are the kind of things that have touched me and that are the reasons that I try to return the kindnesses. There are so many things in Poplar Bluff that you see and you just, I don't know, it makes me want to give and to give and give, and I'll never forget them, those little kindnesses. Be kind in all that you do. You don't have to have $1 million. You don't have to have a fancy car. Just be kind to people, because sometimes a smile and just your hand out and a kind word is all that needs to be done. Mother Teresa herself says, I have a little trinket that says, just do it. If you think that something needs to be done, and you got this little inkling in the back of your head that you should do something, don't twiddle with it. Just do it, and you feel so much better. But that's how I operate, and that's the only motivation behind what I do.
I didn't know what a blessing I was going to receive in the fall of 2016 when I got a phone call from our secretary that said that Miss Pat J would like to come be our classroom grandmother. Not only has she been a grandmother to all of our students, she's been a true friend to me. She's been selfless in every way possible. She's always caring and considerate. She's always trying to find ways that she can help myself and the students. When she enters in our classroom, the kids immediately smile because they know they have somebody in their corner, an advocate, somebody who's there to see them for who they are, who really tries to get to know them. Every time she adds to our lessons by telling us a little bit about herself. She's truly affectionate, considerate, and she always tries to find ways to make our lives better in each and every day. She's a true difference maker. Not only if we need something for our classroom is she always there to back us up, but if we need emotional support, if we need someone there just to talk to, she's always there for us. If she sees a student down, upset about something, she'll talk to them one-on-one and say, hey, you can do it, you can do anything. In her past, I think she's felt like somebody hasn't always been there for her, so she has to be that person there for everyone else. And I'm so blessed to know Miss Pat J and to have her as an advocate for my students and the students at Lakewood Elementary School.
Hi, I'm Rosa Johnson. I'm interim president of the NAACP here in Butler County. I moved to Poplar Bluff about 6 years ago. In this time, I became a hairstylist, a correctional officer, and I also volunteer for the youth track field, Cleats of Fire. I also volunteer softball for women's. I also enjoy playing softball for women's and co-ed. This year, I've worked a lot towards working with the community. When I say that, I mean I started a youth group page called You Got Juiced. With COVID coming around, it really affected the youth. So I thought, why not make something for our youth to enjoy while being quarantined at home? This was an activity that kids would go and make goodie bags, and then they would deliver them to each kid's doorstep. We have over 470 members in that page. I did a back to school event where we had gave out over 100 backpacks and school supplies. I plan to do more in our community, working on doing a fall festival, a yearly fall festival for our community to come together as we celebrate each culture and music and food. Coming up, there's another event that we are doing for the NAACP. It's a 100th year anniversary for women's rights to vote. We have so many plans for our community and making a difference for our community. I love doing this because it makes me feel good. I love helping others because I've been that person. And I believe that if we can come together and help one another, our community will be a lot better. Thank you for nominating me for Difference Maker. That means so much to me because I know that I'm doing my work. Thank you.
My name is Tiara Johnson, and this is why I nominated Rosa Johnson for a Difference Maker. Whenever she was at the Technical Career Center, she got nominated for the National Technical Honor Society for her character and her achievements. She served several times at the bread shed on the east side of Poplar Bluff. She is the interim president of the NAACP. She is currently working with the Poplar Bluff Police Department to bridge the gap between the police officers and our communities. She has recently hosted a back-to-school bash for the kids and has donated over 100 backpacks and school supplies. She is hosting a softball tournament this Saturday to fund the Poplar Bluff Animal Center. She hosts an annual softball barbecue every year for all of the women's and men's softball teams. And she does back-to-school haircuts, free back-to-school haircuts for veterans, adopted and foster children, and all the children of the community. This is why I nominated Rosa Johnson.
Hi, my name is Sarah McCabe. I'm 32 years old and I live in Doniphan, Missouri. I have lived here all of my life. I'm married to Steve and we have a beautiful daughter, Charity McCabe. I enjoy to volunteer. I've volunteered for several years. I actually left my career recently to be a stay-at-home mother and to run our beef business. But all of these years I've been involved in numerous community events and it takes the community coming together to make these events a reality. It's never been a one-woman show. It's always been about the people and will always be about the people. Some of the things that I've been involved in here in Donovan is our annual Unity for Our Community Donovan City Cleanup. We have that every year in May, and it is several groups and several organizations, individuals, churches coming together in unity to clean up our town. And it's a wonderful event. When it first started, we had such a great outpouring, and it has just grew every single year. Recently, we have developed a nonprofit, Ripley County Outreach Ministries. And what this ministry does is it provides food, diapers, and wipes for our county. And it is free for our county. We have linked up with different organizations to make this possible, and it's such a wonderful resource to our county. And something that sets us apart from other resources within the county is that we do not have qualifiers on it. So this means that literally anybody can come to one of these distributions and be helped during their time of need. Within this ministry, we are able to help agencies within the county. I'm linked up with law enforcement in the county. There's several needs that are presented there. And we don't ask questions to make a person feel uncomfortable. Most of the time you can just sense when the need is genuine, and we love to help with that. I also am involved with my partners, the Buchanans, here at our church at West Point United Pentecostal Church. We host a back-to-school clothing drive, and this is a large event for our county. And it is free for all Ripley County students, and it's donations from all community members. It takes everybody coming together, and the child is able to come in and get outfits, a pair of shoes, new socks and undergarments, and also a box of food. And recently we've added hygiene packs, which is so wonderful because it really increases that student's confidence to have their own supplies, going back to school knowing that they're going to be taken care of. And it's such a great community effort. Everything that I'm involved in, it takes several people to do it. I'm very humbled and blessed to be a part of anything. I always give God the glory for everything because He is the drive behind it. I get asked often, why do you do what you do, and how do you do what you do? And my answer is the same. It's Jesus. He gives me the spirit behind it, and I thank Him every day for being able to help people and to love on people and to show them what it really means to be a child of God. I always encourage people. They reach out to me, what can I do? How can I help? And there's so many avenues to help people. Even elders, they might not physically be able to help, but they will help monetarily. They can pray. They can help all of us. So I encourage you today, if you have a burden for people, just to get out there and help. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Millie Beston, and I nominated Sarah McCabe for the Citizen Award. She's an outstanding citizen in our community. She spearheads back-to-school clothing drives, the diaper bank, and numerous food and helping other people in this community. And if it wasn't for her, I think a lot of low-income people in our town would not be able to make ends meet. And she has just went beyond the call of duty, doing in our community things to help our community. And if anybody is deserving of this award, I feel she is, because of what she does. She's just an amazing person, and we love her.
Hi, I am Janet McNeese, and I own Productive Staffing here in Poplar Bluff, and I was honored to be nominated for the Difference Maker Award. There are so many deserving people in our community. When Paul and I were talking about what to talk about today, it's hard to determine. I've been in business, getting ready to celebrate 25 years in business, a family business, and right here in Poplar Bluff, and this is home for me. I graduated from Poplar Bluff High School, and it's just a wonderful place to be. Again, 25 years in business, and we also have locations in Jonesboro and Pocahontas, And we've done a lot of things in the last 25 years. When it comes to community, we live in such a generous community, and there's so many things we have been involved in. Personally, Women Aware has been a very big part of my community service. I have been serving, whether it be a board member or a chairperson or a major sponsor, for probably 27 or 28 years now. And that's just an amazing organization to help women network and meet other people and just have a group of people they can get information from and support each other. The March of Dimes I was the chairperson for about 10 years. The Chamber of Commerce in all 3 cities where we have offices is something I feel like that if you live in a community, you have to give back to that community. So we're very active and continue to be active in those things. But probably the biggest service is just what we do for a living, what we do daily at Productive Staffing, helping people find jobs, helping them change their situations. One of the big things that we've been doing the last couple of years is even providing a shuttle service down to Pico Foods in Pocahontas. We offer shuttles out of Poplar Bluff, and we pick up in Neelaville and Doniphan and down in Arkansas in Paragould and Jonesboro, and helping people get past the transportation barrier. For the first 90 days, they can earn income and not have to worry about it. It's a free shuttle, and then by the time they get hired on full-time by the client, have that transportation barrier resolved and have a vehicle of their own or a carpool situation. So that has been very rewarding to help people get a job and help them, improve their situation. I've always told people that if I ever have a bad day, all I have to do is go around the area and see people that we placed maybe in entry-level jobs that have progressed into management with those companies. So you can't have a bad day when you see people excel and grow, and now that are leaders in our community. So I'm very blessed. I have a great family. I have been married actually this November for 30 years to William McNeese. We have 4 kids. We have a son that's Ethan, that's 28. We have twin daughters that are 22. They're both nurses here at the local hospital. And we have our youngest son that's a senior this year. So he doesn't have very much time left. And we have 3 grandbabies that are amazing. And I have a group of people that are friends that I rely on we cheerlead each other and celebrate goals together. And anyway, I'm very, very honored and blessed, and there's so many people that are deserving of this award, and kudos to all of you for all the work you do in our community. Whoever wins, it doesn't matter, because when you give back, God continues to bless you, and it's the right thing to do.
Hi, I'm Steve Halter, president of the Greater Poplar Bluff Area Chamber of Commerce. I've known Janet McNeese for probably 20 years. And Janet is just one of those business leaders that is phenomenal in my mind. She's cares about her people. She cares about her community. She's a great Christian woman. She's a good mother, a good grandmother, good wife, just a very genuine individual. She's involved in a lot of different organizations. I know she's very involved with the Women Aware and all the different things that they do. She's been very involved throughout the years with the Chamber of Commerce. She's been very supportive of the Chamber of Commerce. She's excellent to her people. They all speak highly of her. And she really cares about making sure that people in our community have a job and have some type of livelihood. So, Janet, congratulations and best of luck.
Hi, my name is Katie Ray, and I'm with the Poplar Bluff Museum. I am just really honored to be nominated by Tarina Whitworth, and I want to thank her, and I want to thank all the staff at the DAR for even doing this Difference Makers. This is the Poplar Bluff Museum, and this is the Butler County Historical Society room. Back in 1998, I moved back to Poplar Bluff. I grew up here and then went away for about 20 years, and I moved back to Poplar Bluff, and Thelma Sanders was working on this room. I don't know if you remember Thelma Sanders or not, but she was a tireless volunteer with the Butler County Historical Society and with the Poplar Bluff Museum, and she had collected artifacts for this room. Unfortunately, she passed away in an accident in late 1999. At that time, Sam Gambaluka asked me if I would be willing to work on this room. No previous experience, had no idea what I was doing, but I stepped in and tried to organize the artifacts and figure out what they were. Since I didn't know much about Poplar Bluff history at the time, I talked to Richard Minitree, a Poplar Bluff library, and he came in and helped me, and we walked around this room, and I recorded him for about 2 hours talking about the different artifacts and what they were. So I was able to figure out what some of these things were and help create this room. So that's really what started my my volunteering at the Poplar Bluff Museum, and really just developed a love for Poplar Bluff history. So fast forward to 2017, I was talking to Sean Griffin at the library, and he mentioned the tornado, the big tornado that happened in Poplar Bluff on May 9th, 1927. I like to say a day that changed Poplar Bluff forever. And he mentioned that it might be a good idea to have a memorial. And I said, well, you know, I don't know about a memorial, but I'll make a list of all the people who died on that fateful day. And so I started making the list, and then I decided to add dates of birth because I thought that was sort of interesting that they ranged in age from 4 months to 89 years old. And then I went to see Ollie and Nadine Johnson, and Ollie was August Sepultowski's grandson, and he had a photo of Mr. Sepultowski. And I thought, oh, that's cool, photos. So then I started collecting photos, and then I started collecting stories and news information, and it turned into this book. So I never really set out to write a book. It just started out as a list and then turned into a book. And I am proud of it because it's kind of a collection of those 86 people who passed away on May 9th, 1927 in Poplar Bluff. And I'm working on a second edition because I've added new photos, and I just really wanted to honor those people. But I really don't feel like it's appropriate for me to be honored because I feel like that this was God wanting these people to be honored. And I was just the vessel to do that. And he just led me around by the back of my neck and said, here, look over here, call these people, look at this, find this person. So I really don't feel like it's appropriate for me to be honored. I think the glory goes to God, and I am proud of the project, though. Thank you again to Trina for nominating me. I'm just honored that I even crossed her mind to do this. And I am thrilled that the DAR put this program together to honor people in Poplar Bluff. I think Poplar Bluff is a great place to live. And I enjoy living here, and I enjoy the volunteering at the Poplar Bluff Museum.
Hi, I'm Tarina Whitworth, and I nominated Katie Ray for the Make a Difference Award. While I'm passionate about saving the earth, Katie is very passionate about preserving our history. She has been on the board of the History Museum for about 20 years and did extensive research in the tornado that ripped through downtown Poplar Bluff on May 9, 1927. She wanted to find out about those who died that day, so she went through tons of records and death certificates to find those. She even visited nearby towns along with her husband Steve, like Caruthersville and Festus, to obtain more information. And she visited their graves, and when she found that some of them were unmarked, she secured funding for headstones for these victims. Next, Katie wrote a book to again honor those who died that day, and she donates 100% of her proceeds back to the museum. On the 92nd anniversary of the tornado, Katie gave a very touching presentation at the library, memorizing a brief history of each of those victims. And she also shared this with area schools and clubs. Katie told me she didn't think she deserved this award, but I bet the family members of the victims would disagree. We congratulate you and thank you, Katie, for a job so very well done in preserving our history.
Hi, I'm Laura Lee Sappington. Most people just know me by Lee. I guess this all started a few years ago. Me and my husband would eat out quite often, and we didn't always finish up our meals. And I was like, you know, I hate to see things go to waste. I hate to see food wasted, especially anything. But staff had told me that the rescue mission had men that would stay there that maybe they would like a leftover meal or something. So I said, well, let's run it by there. So we did, And that was basically the kickoff to me meeting the guys and finding out their lifestyle. I got to where I really liked them, whether they got to stay a day, a week, a month, it didn't matter. That led to delivering as much as we could to them, giving as much to them as we could. Sometimes I would take clothes to them, clothes that we outgrew or just didn't like anymore. And then the guys got to know me and felt comfortable around me. And then John Bees, our neighbor, had told me that he actually supported the rescue mission also with bread. And so then when found that out, then the rescue mission started calling me and saying, hey, we've got some leftover bread. We don't want to go to waste. Do you know of anyone that you could deliver it to? I said, sure. So I took my husband's truck over there. We loaded the truck up and took it over to the Tower Motel. I mean, not the Tower Motel. Twin Towers. That's it. Twin Towers. There's senior citizens over there. They don't get income tax refunds. They don't get stimulus packages. These people live month to month. So I thought this would be great for them, and they were very grateful to get it. And that gratitude is what will keep anything coming back from me. Gratitude. And then me and my husband even bought snacks and bread at different times, but John Bees is the one that pretty well keeps the towers in the bread. And then the rescue mission started getting these boxes of fruits and vegetables, and apparently people wasn't coming and getting them as quick as needed to be, and they was starting to go bad. And the rescue mission called me, and his name is Doc. He's kind of like over this stuff, and he called me and he said, Lee, is there any way you could get rid of these boxes? And I said, absolutely. I was raised up, don't waste. So my husband and I went over there, loaded up the back of the truck, took it over to the southeast part of town. Once again, we don't get out and knock on anybody's door. If you're sitting out on your front porch or you're in your yard, I roll my window down, I yell at you, hey, would you like a free box of fruits and vegetables? Most people looked at me like, why are you giving away free boxes of fruits and vegetables? Then I let them know. It's from the rescue mission. There's nothing wrong with them. It's good stuff. Just let me know if you want a box. It's yours. That was the kickoff. We've been doing this for several weeks now, and these people light up like Christmas trees when it's coming. And they're very grateful, and I always tell them that's what keeps the food coming back, is being grateful. And don't let it go to waste. If you can't use it, pay it forward. I hope to keep doing this.
Hi, my name is Doyle Sappington. I nominated my wife for the Difference Maker of Poplar Bluff simply because she truly is someone that is truly an individual that does selfless acts, desiring no recognition, no spotlight or anything like that. She just sees a need, and she's always there to help people from all walks of life. However, she loves to take care of senior citizens and those less fortunate. Not that we have a lot or anything like that, but she just likes to make sure that people who has a need, she can somehow fulfill that through whatever means she can. And a lot of it is just providing food, clothing, just all sorts of things.
Hi, my name is Sabrina Weaver. I was nominated for Difference Makers here in Poplar Bluff. I'm sure others out there probably deserve this, probably even more than I. But some of the things that I like to do, my family is big in soccer. Both of my kids play OSL and travel, so I kind of make it a point to be someone big in that here in Poplar Bluff. My daughter plays for the Mules, so I kind of got talked into being president of the booster club for Poplar Bluff Junior High Soccer as well. So I kind of like to get out in the community. I like to help people, and that kind of comes from whenever I was younger, watching my mom do the same thing. She was just always a go-getter, and anybody could call on her to help, do anything. So I guess maybe that kind of trickled down the line to me. I like doing things at our church, anything that has to do with the youth, like I said, sports in town, anything to get out that can help families, any kind of kids, so that's kind of what I do. I like to think of myself as a really good friend if anybody ever need to call on me that needed anything, and I kind of try to stay selfless. I don't really think about a lot of, oh, well, let me get out and help this person or that person. It kind of just comes natural. So I kind of keep grounded, and I just like to help others in the community, whether they be friends, family, or friends, family of my friends or family. It's just something that I've just always done. Some of the things, like I said, some of the things that I like to do is for the soccer teams. I like to help out the Haven House and some of the other things that we have in the community when it comes to donations and things of that nature. Just really anything in the community if anybody needs help. I just kind of like to put that out there and actually ask my friends and other volunteers to help me, do those kind of projects or whatever the case may be. So that's kind of my story. I'm not really for sure who or why they nominated me for this. Like I said, I mean, it's a great honor to be nominated, and I can think of a few people that pop in my head that would probably be great for this nomination as well. But I thank whoever did it, and I think that I thank them for kind of putting my name out there and thinking that I was honorable in for this nomination. So that's kind of my story, and I thank you.
Hi, I'm Ron Webb, and I am a lifelong resident of Poplar Bluff, Missouri, born and raised here. And I have the wonderful privilege of serving in this great community. Of course, we've been in ministry for almost 37 years now, and I absolutely love what I'm doing, and I'm doing what I love. When it comes to serving the community, it's first and foremost in my life. We've had the opportunity to serve as senior pastor here for 30 years, plus having the opportunity to literally travel around the world, and so excited about that and those opportunities that's been afforded me. And along with that, we serve in our restoration center. I'm the CEO of our Christian Restoration Center. That started almost 21 years ago, and we've seen men and women come through that program that have struggled with substance abuse, and as a result of that, they've gone on to live productive lives, and then from the Restoration Center, also in this ministry has been birthed a veterans home for veterans that are homeless and also struggle with substance abuse. And we have a place for men. And just recently, 2 years ago, we built a new facility for women veterans. Now we're serving our women veterans also. And also in this ministry, we have supported housing for individuals that have a dual diagnosis, that deal with mental issues along with some physical issues and disabilities, and also substance abuse, all compiled together. And so we have homes for families and also homes for individuals. So my whole life has been surrounded around service, and social working. And that's the heartbeat of this ministry. It's the heartbeat of my life. There's a lot of, even churches have outreach ministries, but no one reaches out. And so as a result of that, we decided that we're going outside of the walls and touch the untouchable and reach the unreachable. Also, I would like to add that every year, with the help of partnerships here in our local city, we have the opportunity to minister and to help thousands of families. For the last 4.5, 5 years, we've served over 3,000 people that come during our Christmas toy drive. We could not do that without the partnership of businesses, other churches, and just friendly relationships that we've developed over the years. So it's all about serving the underprivileged, serving those, and mentoring children. We have mentoring programs for children. Also, we have a back to school bash for kids, making sure that they have the tools that they need to be successful. And the list goes on. I tell you, we don't keep score, we just keep going, you know. And so we're thankful for the opportunity to serve. And what a great city, what a great country, and God bless America. And God bless you. And also I would like to add very quickly, we have the wonderful opportunity to chair this great program called Bridge the Gap, Law Enforcement and Faith Leaders from across the country. And we was also elected to the National Faith Leaders in the White House to help bring unity in our country. And also would like to end by thanking God for my wife, Georgia, and my son, Ronnie, the late Ronnie Webb Jr., and Tony and Jackie. God bless you. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Danny Whiteley, Chief of Police, Poplar Bluff, Missouri. It's such a pleasure to be able to nominate someone like Bishop Ron Webb for such an outstanding award. I've known Ron for over 30 years now. He is one of the most respected and admired individuals, I think, in the city of Poplar Bluff in southeast Missouri, maybe even across the nation. He is a type of person that talks the talk and walks the walk. He's helped thousands of people over the year, I know for a fact. He has helped veterans, he's helped homeless, he's helped kids. He is a mentor and a type of person that you would want your kids to grow up and be like. I'm so happy for him and his family. They started out on the east side by a small church and have a wonderful church now. He's a wonderful guy, and I'm so proud to be able to nominate him. Thank you.
Difference Makers is a way for the DAR to give back to the community. We chose the Bread Shed this year because they physically and spiritually feed the community. They are 100% volunteer ran and help out our community in so many ways. We appreciate everything that you do. We are donating a percentage of our net profits from the Difference Makers sponsorships. And Jim, I would like you to accept this check in the amount of $3,029.26.
Well, that's huge for us. Thank you so much. We're very thankful for this. It comes at a great time. We are have spent a lot of money with the extra expenses of late, and this will really help us. So as our treasurer knows, we are poor this morning. So we're very thankful for our partnership with the DAR and all that they do to help us and promote the Bread Shed, and so thankful for the employees, especially Stacy and everyone, and just thank you so much.
Well, we appreciate what you do in the community.
Thank you. This gift will allow us to be able to continue to purchase food from Southeast Missouri Food Bank and to continue to serve our neighbors in need during these difficult times. Thank you again, community.
All of our Difference Maker finalists will receive a prize package and also a certificate. And the Difference Maker of the Year will receive a separate prize package, and included in that is a $250 check from the DAR. All the prize packages include donations from area businesses, and those prize packages can be picked up at the DAR's office in downtown Poplar Bluff Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The following slide will highlight the local businesses who gave for those prize packages, and we encourage you to say thank you to those businesses whenever you visit them. All of our finalists do their volunteer work not because they're asked to do it, but because they have a passion for helping the community. Our Difference Maker of the Year is someone who has touched many lives by making sure all area children have the same opportunities no matter what their physical ability or their financial background may be. This person is a major reason why area children have the same opportunity to take part in America's pastime each summer. The joy and the smile on their faces is their reward. Our Difference Maker of the Year also is part of an organization that builds beds for children who need them. Ladies and gentlemen, the Daily American Republic's Difference Maker of the Year is
I just love to serve in our community, and personally, just the great satisfaction that I get to see as seeing kids on the baseball field that don't really get to participate in sports, or as we deliver a bed to a child who has been sleeping on the floor. Just the excitement that they show makes it all worthwhile. Makes it worthwhile to do all the work that goes into both those activities, and just enjoy them so much.